So this patient's coming in for evaluation of a draining infected cyst. We're going to make an attempt to sort of see if we can get that to drain as much as possible and then clean that out and then sort of see what we're left with. The whole area here feels pretty indurated. And again, because this field is a bit compromised, we're going to add some freezing because we want to make this as comfortable as possible for him. And I don't want to push too much on it until we do that. But the freezing, may or may not hold as much as we'd like. Now we're going with Dr. Jane again. So what's the problem with the freezing? Why won't the anesthetic work as well?
It's still inflammation.
You're going to feel pokier. So what is it about the inflammation? So why does an infection compromise lidocaine? So essentially, lidocaine in its ionized form can't penetrate the cell.
Okay.
So this is why when the environment's too acidic, that's what ends up happening. And if it can't penetrate the cell, it can't affect the sodium gate, which is the mechanism by which that occurs. Are you okay there?
Yeah.
I feel a poke here. Wasn't quite ruptured yet. If we go into the capsule, we just cause distension and he's more uncomfortable.
Oh.
So you want to make sure you have good superficial freezing as best you can. And then if you want to try to add a little bit deeper, so once I usually go superficial here, I'll try to add a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Add a little bit more here. See how that just blebs up?
Yeah.
That's because I'm into the actual capsule itself. So a little bit of pressure here. You okay there?
Yeah.
A horizontal incision. This one, because of the nature of these, I'm just going to complete the vertical incision here. You okay there?
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And this is always you get in. So to avoid that, because we're going to put pressure on it, you'd have to do a very, very large circumferential block, which you can do, but the issue there being that's awfully uncomfortable. And it's a different type of discomfort. So it's always about finding the balance as best you can. Yeah, if we can, we're going to get that out. And then we're going to syringe, irrigate that. This is where I use the curette. Does that hurt when I'm doing that? Not too bad?
No, I don't feel nothing.
Okay. So I try to go around at all degrees? A little bit? Okay.
Okay.
And that's So is this field sterile?
No.
No, so it's been compromised since the beginning, right? So even though we'll try to maintain a clean environment, like this again, so this is sterile, but obviously when you can see it went into the actual syringe, it's no longer sterile, but I'm not worried about that because this whole area is compromised. And as long as it's open, so it's going to drain itself out. Now again, this would be an issue. If I was introducing, non-sterile fluid and then stitching it closed, you'd have a bit of an issue. So as bad as this looks, see how jagged that is? That's because regrettably, this ruptured on its own. So if we'd seen this earlier, we could have had a linear incision, but even this will actually heal nicely as long as we give it an opportunity to heal.
Okay.
Just grab some more 4x4s. Which are
There's some in
dead cells.
Oh, okay.
And not that you can't, obviously within those dead cells you may find some live ones, but it's generally a bad sample.
Okay.
Because this swab can only hold so much, and if you have just dead bacteria on it, it won't grow anything. And what's this material called? Remember? This is ribbon gauze.
Ribbon gauze.
Yeah. You okay there?
Yeah.
And the reason why we don't do this long, we used to do this when I was your age. We literally did this for like 15, 20 days in a row. Now that still applies to outside abscesses. So when abscesses develop, they still want that to close slowly. But the studies will actually show that for infected cysts, all you're doing is prolonging his discomfort. Because right now he's somewhat frozen, so it's not too bad. But tomorrow when I remove it, if I was to try to reintroduce it, now he has no freezing in place and it's really quite uncomfortable.
So So you will remove it tomorrow?
So tomorrow we'll see him back. We'll remove this. You okay there?
Yes.